So we're here to talk about heirloom beans. I know you're thinking these are just fancy beans and Jack's excited about them because they're pretty. But the thing that makes them beautiful is also the thing that makes them delicious. The genes that control color and speckling or mottling are related to the genes that control flavor. And you know I'm all about the flavor, and these beans are really exciting. I don't mean to say that the cannellini beans or the black beans that you probably have in your pantry are boring, but maybe they're a little boring compared to what I have in front of me on the table. Now, heirloom beans are basically beans that aren't commodity beans, that are grown by farmers on a small scale, often in small regions. In our taste tests, and we tasted dozens of varieties here, we noticed some common themes where the heirloom beans differed from their commodity brothers and sisters. First off, they cook faster. So commodity beans, as the name might imply, are sort of held until the price is right. And often those beans that you're buying in the supermarket can be 3, 4, 5 years old. There's no real difference, except think of them as super dried beans. Heirloom beans are generally sold the year that they're grown. They want to get rid of the crop before next crop comes in. And so they're a bit fresher, which means they will cook faster. Not really a difference one better than the other, but it's important to know that if you're using a recipe that was developed with a commodity bean and then using a heirloom bean instead, it will cook faster. Second thing is the flavor variations are much more interesting within the heirloom beans. They have all kinds of wild things going on that are actually related to the color, which is probably what draws you into the heirloom beans. I mean, look what's in front of me here. Last thing is the texture of the heirloom beans was a little different than the commodity beans. They were more melt in your mouth and creamy, while your standard white bean or black bean that you could buy typically in a supermarket is what I would call more dense. So, no value judgments here. We liked pretty much everything we tasted, including the commodity beans, but I've chosen 4 of the heirloom beans that I particularly liked, and let me just tell you a little bit about them. Let me start with these from North Bay Trading Company in the Great Lakes. These are Christmas lima beans. They are absolutely beautiful. They have mushroom, vegetal, grassy notes. They'd be lovely in a sort of simple bean side dish. Here are the Rancho Gordo Mayacobas. Now, Rancho Gordo is probably the best known company in the heirloom business. It's a California company that sources beans from small farmers, the West Coast, and in Mexico. And these taste like candied bacon. Yeah, cured meat and a little bit of sweetness. They would be so good in pasta e fagioli. The big boys here, these also come from Rancho Gordo. These are Royal Corona beans. I would leave these alone in terms of preparation and do less. And so maybe olive oil, salt, and lemon juice. They are super creamy, a little bit of nuttiness, absolutely delicious. And finally, these are from Idaho. Look at these little beauties. This is a company called Zorzan, and these are their snow-capped beans. They have kind of a chestnutty flavor. They will be a little mealy if you undercook them, so make sure you fully cook them so that they're velvety and creamy. So there you have it, just 4 of my favorite heirloom beans, and they're definitely worth seeking out.
Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.